Hello, my name is Robyn Bailey, and this is my final presentation and reflection on what I've learned from the Feedback and Assessment in Higher Education course. The learning objectives for this presentation is to simply discuss the knowledge I've gained from this course and to discuss my action plans for using what I've learned to guide teaching principles. I have to say that I really enjoyed every aspect of this course, from learning how to provide meaningful feedback, to learning how to create a rubric, to understanding all the different grading philosophies out in the industry. This course was packed with a plethora of useful and meaningful information that I will use throughout my educational career. The key takeaways from this course for me are gaining knowledge of learning how to properly provide both written and verbal feedback to students, learning how to link my grades with my course learning outcomes, learning how to create a meaningful test with proper multiple choices and proper open-ended questions, and also learning how to create a proper rubric for course assignments. From this course, I learned that giving feedback to students must be both meaningful and effective to positively impact student learning. I also learned that assessment is not just simply giving a test, but creating a test that will align with your course outcomes. In taking what I've learned from this course, my 3 action plans will center around written and verbal feedback, the use of rubrics, and the use of grading policies. My first action plan is to provide both written and verbal feedback to my students' assignments. While written feedback was what I am most familiar with, I learned that verbal feedback is also a powerful tool that can give students more clarification on questions or issues that they may be having. As Professor Harrington stated in her lecture on verbal feedback, taking 1 or 2 minutes to discuss an assignment with a student can help them more than giving just written feedback. In our textbook, McKeechie's teaching tool, the authors provided a list of features of good written feedback based on their research. Good feedback must be understanding, selective, specific, timely, contextualized, non-judgmental, balanced, forward-looking, and transferable. My next action plan is to use a rubric to help students understand the grading of their assignments. Using a rubric will help clarify expectations of assignments for the students. It will help the students improve their performance in the classroom. From an instructor standpoint, the use of a rubric will help me to identify the strengths and weaknesses of my students' learning and help me to assess to what extent the learning has occurred. My third action plan is to use a grading policy that reflects the learning outcomes for the course I am teaching. After working on the grading policy presentation, I have become a fan of standard-based grading because it gives the letter grade meaning and provides feedback of the level of proficiency achieved. I plan on doing more research on this grading policy to better understand it and to better apply it in my courses. Thank you, Professor Harrington. I thoroughly enjoyed not only this course, but all of the courses that I have taken with you. They will all make me a better teacher. Have a great holiday break and Merry Christmas.